Drop out if it's too low. Do not press down low. Just let it lightly stop if it's too low for you. Now what I don't want to do is, what were we doing? Ooh. That's pushing way too hard. Instead I'm going to lighten up and go, ooh. I'll let it come out if it wants to, but I'm not going to force it. And way. Remember that way begins with ooh. Way, because W is ooh. Way. It's a slide of the lips from way, ooh to A. Way. So make sure that first lip starts in an ooh posture, and then it quickly slides but is loose. Way. Way. Is your jaw low and relaxed? Is your tongue resting at the base of your bottom teeth? Is your head and your neck joint locked, or is it free? How about those shoulders? Are you carrying them too high? You might want to stretch those out. Do that really quick. Bring the shoulders up to the chin, and then roll them high and back up to the ears, and then raise your hands like you're going to surrender, and then tighten up a little bit. And while keeping the sternum high, drop the hands. Good. Your shoulders should be in an up, relaxed, released position. And when I say up, I really mean down. They're tall. You are tall, but your shoulders themselves are relaxed, sitting back. But does your sternum collapse down when you bring the shoulders down? No, your sternum is going to remain open. Do it again. Shoulders up forward to the chin. Roll them up around and back to the ears. Hands up in the I surrender position, but they're still bent, so the thumbs are just barely at the corner of your jaw, bottom of your ear. Not way above your head, just thumbs near the ears. And tighten up, so that we can feel the juxtaposition of the tightness against the released. And drop the hands, release the shoulders, but keep your sternum high. We're going to turn and go way, way. Don't forget that ooh begins the W. W begins with a posture of ooh, which means lips are activated. They're loose and supple, but they are activated and forward for that ooh. Way, 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 way. Now we want this to feel so loose that we're not married to any one of these notes. Instead, like a good tennis player, you're living in the middle of the court and prepared for when the ball goes either direction. Whether the note goes high or low, we're stationed in the middle. Way. If I'm married to this note, way, then it might get really, really tight when I try to move it. Instead, feel like you're hovering over the note. Way. That gives you agility to move. Way. What vowel am I singing? Way. Imagine I'm saying W-H-E-Y, way. But the majority of the note, I'm actually singing we, as in when. And it's not to the very end that I kind of close it into the way. Close into the last closed E vowel. Way. Very good. Let's switch over to a lip buzz. And if you can't lip buzz, you can try a couple things. You can put your fingers up at the corner of your mouth and just kind of put them like placeholders. That can sometimes help your lips be able to buzz. If that doesn't work, then you can try the fricative V, where you make your bottom lip fat, put your top teeth on your bottom lip and say v, like vacuum. And you want to feel and hear the friction. It might tickle you a little bit at first, but I mean, it did for me when I first tried this. But I think over the years I've become immune to it. But the V sounds like this. Now, when you do the V, well, let's just start with the V since we're here. Everybody should learn how to do the V. So we want to have lots of air and lots of friction. So because of the V, not all of the air is going to get out. Okay, some of the air is going to be stopped, and it's going to help keep us inflated on the inside. If we open our mouth and we deflate all the way and lose all of our air, then we have no back pressure that's helped keeping us inflated, and our insides lose their control and their support, and our diaphragm gives up, and our lungs are collapsed, and we have no air. But when we have this V, at the end, I can still exhale a lot and still speak a lot because the V stopped all my air from coming out, and that's good, and it helps keep us inflated. This is good for your voice to make sure that you're not overexpending the amount of air that you have. Support does not equal air. Support equals the correct metering and use of the air. So more air is not always better. So V. Up high. Lots of friction. Lots of buzz. If you don't hear a lot of the friction buzz, bite harder or try to throw more air through the teeth and lips. More air won't come out necessarily, not too much more, but we do want to hear the friction. Friction and buzz. Is your tongue relaxed? Make sure it's still sitting there at the base of the bottom teeth. Is your jaw still low? Do your eyebrows have that look of pleasant surprise? We do want that. It helps elevate our sound. Make sure the head and neck are loose, that they are not tight. We draw the small little infinity sign with our nose if we have to. Now lip buzz. If you can't lip buzz, just do more of the V. Same principle. Keep the head, neck, joint loose. Tongue and jaw loose. Up high. Very good. And full octave. Way, way, way. think about this as threading a needle. Okay? I'm not gonna go for my sound like wah, wah, and use the thick part of my voice. Instead, I'm gonna initiate the vocal sound with a very, very tiny amount, and that's the tiny, tiny thread that we're using to thread the needle. It's this. Way, way, way. And once I get that threaded, way, way, then I can be kind of more aggressive with it. But if I don't thread it and I'm not careful on that onset, then I'll never thread it and I can't be aggressive. It'll just sound blah. Wah, wah, wah. That's a really thick sound. Wah, and it's not threading, and so it's not getting in. Imagine the tiniest voice that you have, itty bitty living space. Make an ooh. Ooh. Stop. Chances are the sound that you just made was a little bit too thick, like ooh. So get rid of the weight. See if you can come with ooh, the tiniest ooh you can make. Ready? Now, that last sound is a result of threading that really, really tiny sound in. Now, my voice is really tired. It's like 10 o'clock at night, but it's still, this whole process of threading the voice is still working for us. So we're going to do the full octave, and you're going to start out tiny, and you're just going to get a little bit bigger. Way, way. We'll take the time to thread. Way. Release that head and neck. Like Tarzan. Fire. 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 Now, agility. We want to make sure that we're not carrying the same amount of vocal weight all the way through this exercise. It'll sound clunky like this. Fire, fire. And that's really aggressive, and we don't like that. But fire, and then practice it slow too. Now notice that I'm kind of using a little bit of portamento and I'm shaving away the weight of the voice as I'm moving. That is to facilitate note change and also to train your voice to be able to adjust its vocal weight and its vocal mass. Never do we ever just sing one note. Da, at one volume level. We'll always let it either shrink or grow. Da, da. So we have to get used to expanding and de-expanding.